Have you ever felt that wave of anger rise up out of nowhere and realized it was about to explode? Have you ever felt fear, anxiety, or frustration dominate your every thought, leaving you paralyzed, unable to act, unable to think? If so, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the brutal truth is, if you don't learn to control these emotions, they will control you. Always. Every decision, every relationship, every opportunity will be shaped by these outbursts, by these silent fears. But there is a path to change that. A path where you not only survive your emotions, but master them. Mastering your emotions isn't about ignoring them. It's not about becoming cold or insensitive. It's about understanding that they are like powerful waves in the sea. Some are calm and serene, others are furious, ready to drown you. And like any good sailor, you need to learn to navigate them, to row against the current when necessary, to use the wave's power to your advantage. Today, I'll show you exactly how to begin this transformation. And it starts now, with a simple decision, taking full responsibility for what happens inside your mind. Lesson 1. Recognize your own vulnerability. The first step to mastering your emotions is admitting that you're not in complete control yet. Many try to push this down, trying to convince themselves they're always right, always strong, always calm. But every time you ignore your emotions, you let them grow in the background, accumulating power, preparing for the exact moment to explode. Think of emotions like fire. If you don't recognize the spark, it will become a blaze. Look at your anger, your anxiety, your sadness, not to punish yourself, but to understand. Where does it begin? What situation triggers it? What triggers a normal day into chaos? This honest observation is uncomfortable, yes, but absolutely necessary. It's the foundation of all true emotional control. Without it, you're just pretending to master something that already dominates you. Lesson 2. Create distance before the explosion. When we feel anger, fear, or frustration, our body reacts instantly. Our heart races, our breathing quickens, and our mind goes into war mode. At that moment, trying to think clearly is futile. Emotional discipline begins with distance. A simple technique is what I call a strategic pause. Take 3 deep breaths, step back if you can, and observe the emotion as a spectator. Imagine you're on a battlefield. Emotion is the enemy advancing toward you, screaming, trying to take you down. You don't attack in the heat of the moment. You step back, breathe, observe. Every second you gain creates space for decision, for conscious control. It's not about suppressing, but about slowing down the automatic reaction that puts you at a disadvantage. Lesson 3. Name the emotion. It may seem simple, but it works surprisingly well. Tell yourself, out loud or mentally, what you're feeling. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm anxious. This act breaks the automatic cycle of reaction. Naming the emotion is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you can see what previously dominated you invisibly. When you label, you create space between feeling and acting, between impulse and choice. This space is power. It's the moment you go from being a victim of circumstances to being the master of your own mind. Lesson 4. Understand the impermanence of emotions. Nothing lasts forever. Not anger, not fear, not sadness. This is fundamental. Every emotion is temporary, a wave passing through your inner ocean. If you cling to it, if you resist, you drown. But if you accept that it's temporary, that it will pass, you begin to surf it instead of being swallowed by it. Think of anger like the wind in a storm. If you let it drag you along, it can knock you over. But if you adjust your sails and position yourself correctly, it can even push you forward, give you momentum. It all depends on how you handle it. And that's discipline, not luck. Lesson 5. Transform emotional energy into productive action. One of the most powerful keys to emotional control is channeling strong emotions into something useful. Anger, frustration, fear, they all contain energy. If you don't use it, that energy explodes against you. If you redirect it, it becomes fuel. Want a simple example? Are you angry about a situation at work? Instead of yelling or getting frustrated, turn that anger into focus to solve the problem. Improve a skill. Create something better. Feeling anxious? Use that anxiety to plan, anticipate problems, and prepare. Emotion without action is destruction. Emotion with action is power. Lesson 6. Exercise your mind daily. Just like a muscle, emotional control requires constant training. Don't expect to become a master overnight. Start small. Meditation, conscious breathing, strategic pauses, daily reflection on your reactions. Observe patterns, write them down, analyze them. Each small exercise strengthens your emotional muscle. Think of the mind as raw iron. If you don't work it, it rusts, bends under pressure, and breaks. If you shape it every day, every challenge becomes easier. Every wave of emotion becomes surfable. Every decision becomes clearer. Lesson 7. Recognize triggers and avoid pitfalls. Part of emotional control is strategic. You need to know your triggers and know how to avoid falling into predictable traps. If certain people, places, or situations consistently trigger anger or anxiety, learn to recognize them. This isn't cowardice, it's emotional intelligence. But more than avoiding them, you also need to learn to gradually confront these triggers. Each small, successful exposure strengthens your confidence and resilience. It's like practicing in a minefield. You don't run blindly, you advance carefully, step by step, until fear no longer dominates you. Lesson 8. Accept full responsibility. If you want to be master of your emotions, accept full responsibility for them. No one provokes your anger, no one creates your anxiety. These are your responses. When you stop blaming others and accept that control begins with you, the game changes. Responsibility isn't punishment, it's power. It's the certainty that no matter what happens, you have the final say on how to react. This is the essence of emotional freedom. Lesson 9. Use visualization to train your mind. Many masters of emotional control use visualization as a tool. Before facing a challenge, imagine yourself calm, focused, firm, and reacting with precision. Visualize the emotion arising, but you remaining unshaken. The mind doesn't fully distinguish between reality and imagination when it comes to training. The more you practice mentally, the easier it becomes to react the same way in the real world. It's like training in the dark to be ready when the light comes on. Lesson 10. Create habits that reinforce your emotional stability. Emotional control isn't just moment to moment, it's also a daily routine. Adequate sleep, a balanced diet, exercise, meditation, financial discipline, and clear boundaries with toxic people. Every healthy habit strengthens the foundation on which you support your emotions. Think of your mind as a fortress. Every positive habit is a stone you place. Every addiction, every distraction, every concession to laziness is a hole in the wall. If you want to be a master of your emotions, build your fortress every day with discipline and consistency. Now imagine something with me. You, at a critical moment in your life, feeling anger rise, fear tighten, anxiety scream. And yet, you remain calm. You observe, breathe, choose. Not because you're perfect, but because you've trained, because you've taken responsibility, because you've decided you'll no longer be held hostage by your own emotions. This feeling is pure freedom. It's the power few achieve because few have the courage to face themselves. It's the awakening of the inner master, and it begins with a daily decision to act with awareness, not impulse, with discipline, not laziness, with courage, not fear. Masterfully controlling your emotions isn't easy. It's a daily, silent, and often solitary endeavor. But it's the only path to freedom, clarity, and true power. Every moment you choose to react with awareness rather than impulse, you become stronger. Every conscious breath, every strategic pause, every disciplined habit builds a you that no one can shake. Today, you have the choice to continue as you are or start training your mind to master your emotions. Don't wait for perfect circumstances. Don't wait for motivation. Discipline creates results, not fleeting inspiration. Start now. Observe your emotions, breathe, name them, transform energy into action. Train your mind. And if you want more tools, more strategies, more hard truths, and practical lessons to help you become the strongest version of yourself, subscribe to the channel. There are no shortcuts here, just truth, discipline, and real transformation. The master you want to be begins with the first choice you make today. Make it the right one.